6th season with the show. Golly, I'm getting old. I don't know. When were we at Basilios?
COVID messed everything up. Cause like that year, it throws me off. I want to say we have been here for 3. I want to say this is third football.
I know
season.
we were in here during Pruitt's first season.
So if we were here Pruitt's first season, this is 4.
Yes.
Yeah, this is 4 then. So yeah, football season worked then. Going by football season's work. So this is our 4 football season right here in the studio. I can say in 4 years of doing this show here, that has never happened. Where the power goes out. And if you are in East Tennessee, if you're in Knoxville, you know that there has been some storms. It was storming last night like crazy. We had a power outage yesterday, and last night it was storming, like cats and dogs, and raining, and it was crazy. So that's the first time it's happened. So apologize there. Wish there was something I could do about that, but can't really control power outages.
You moved to the in-home studio after Butch's season, because I remember the Eagles won the Super Bowl while we were at Basilios.
Yep.
Basilio is a big Eagles fan, big Philadelphia guy.
Yep.
And that was Butch's. That NFL season coincided with Butch's final season, and we were there that February. So the beginning of 18.
Yep. So
this February, Marchish time frame will be 5 years.
Wow, time flies, man.
I think
time flies. But anyway, as I was saying before, we got cut off because of the power. But I was talking about Alvin Kamara, and 90s Vol said that it all worked out because he didn't take a beating in college. Well, it all worked out too because he joined an organization that values throwing the football to the running back. It's a city that loves their Saints and loves a dude like Kamara who's super down to earth. It was just a perfect match for Kamara. It was perfect. I don't know if I wanted to see Kamara in New York, even though he would have been just fine.
he would have been great anywhere, but he walked into a perfect situation. Sean Payton, one of the best coaches in the league, top 3, top 5 coach. You had Drew Brees. You had some good receivers, good passing game that could take pressure off of the running back, and he's as talented as it gets. Let me ask you this. Do you think Alvin's production will dip this season without Drew Brees?
Yes.
I don't have a ton of faith in Taysom Hill or Jameis, quite frankly. I don't have faith in either of them to be a legitimate starting quarterback from game 1 to the final game of the season. I don't have confidence in either of those two until they show me that they can be that. You don't have Michael Thomas, which is going to put a lot of pressure on the running game. I could see his production take a dip this season because people are going to key in on him specifically.
Yeah, how can it not? When there's a dude like Drew Brees, how can it not? I think everyone's going to suffer for sure. And I think his production is going to dip a little bit, but I still think he'll be a Pro Bowl player. And he'll be at 5, baby. He'll be at 5. All right. So we back on. Everything is good. I apologize for that. That stinks. I wish there was something I could do about it, but I can't stop those things from happening. All right. So where are we with practice? Where are we with practice? We do get some different guys talking to the media.
Yep, the media was supposed to be able to view practice this morning, but weather that hampered the show a couple minutes ago. That same weather pushed practice inside, and when practice is inside, media is not allowed to attend practice because of it being indoors and tighter quarters. So the media was not allowed to view practice this morning. But Jerry Mack will speak to the media today at 11:20. And then after Jerry Mack, Tennessee's running backs coach, Jalen Hyatt, Cedric Tillman, and Darnell Wright will speak to the media.
I like this group. I like this group right here, man.
I do too. And real quick,
Potential
blame
starters.
Austin Price for the media not being able to view the weather or view practice today because of the weather. Because on Saturday, Tennessee had practice Saturday morning. No Brian Maurer, by the way, after Josh Heupel said that during Tennessee's off day on Friday that he would have a conversation with Brian Maurer. Brian Maurer not at practice the next day after that conversation. On Saturday, still no word. But, of course, Brian Maurer did take to Instagram and posted something about him being his biggest matchup of his life or something along those
Him being his own worst enemy.
Yeah, something like that.
And a picture of himself, which I don't know if that means he's still on the team or not. And I'm just whatever.
I'm with you. So, but anyways, real quick, blame Austin because after practice on Saturday, Austin came out and said to us, he was speaking to me and Hubs and Eric Kane. You know, we've just had real good weather this entire fall camp. We haven't had to deal with it. Hasn't been too hot. We haven't had to deal with rain or bad weather. We've just had great weather this entire fall camp. And what do you know? The next practice that Tennessee media is able to attend, it gets canceled for the media because of weather. So blame Austin Price for not knowing which quarterback threw the best routes on air footballs today.
Oh, man. Brad says, did Hurd and Kamara get along?
Yes, for the most part.
I think at the beginning I can say yes. At the end, I don't know because it started getting weird. It started getting weird from what I had seen and heard. But Kamara's really easy to get along with. Super easy to get along with. So I think he understood that something was going on, of why he wasn't being used right. It was politics. I don't know if he took it out on Hurd or addressed Hurd or say anything. I don't know that. But Kamara is so cool, man. I don't think he let it be known that he was frustrated or anything. I think those guys got along, but I think the people maybe around them started to talk and was like, man, why? Well, something's obviously going wrong. You letting Hurd do all this stuff, and he gets special treatment, and he's not held accountable. It was just a mess. But for the most part, the answer, Brad, yes, I think they did get along. West Tennessee Vol says, doesn't it make you cringe that they were so much talent from Tennessee and wasn't used? Yeah. I cringe every time, I see Kamara and, wearing the number 6 at Tennessee. I cringe, but, I've tried to move on. But anyways, Jalen Hyatt is going to talk to the media, like you mentioned, Cedric Tillman and Darnell Wright, and that's potentially 3 starters. Potentially. 3 starters.
Definitely 2.
Definitely 2.
Darnell Wright's going to start at left tackle. Jalen Hyatt will be one of the 3 starting receivers.
He will.
I'll say 2 of the 3 because I don't think Cedric Tillman will start unless there's an injury. I think Velus is wide receiver number 1, Jalen Hyatt, wide receiver number 2, and I think Jimmy Callaway is going – I don't know if you call him – wide receiver number 3, but I think he's going to be your starting slot receiver. And so if you have Velus and Hyatt on the outside, obviously Callaway would be on the inside. So I think by default and by formation, those will be your 3 starting receivers. But I think Cedric Tillman will be the first guy to come in.
What if you start 4 wides? If you start 4 wides,
it's all about formations. But I think Jimmy Callaway. I think Callaway and Tillman are 3A, 3B, 3 or 4, the 3rd and 4th guy, however you want to look at it.
Man,
Cedric Tillman's just that old vet that you can trust. And you saw Tennessee put out another highlight of him coming down with a ridiculous contested catch once again on a ball thrown by Joe Milton.
He's really, man, Cedric Tillman's really good at that, man.
Yes.
You know, he's really good at that. Juwan Jennings is really good at that. Marcus Callaway was really good at contesting contested catches above the shoulders. He's really, really good at that. Strong hands, great body control. You can tell that he understands how to box someone out, in the paint. Looks like he has a basketball background, but Cedric Tillman is really good at that. Really good at that. And he has to find his niche. He has to find how he can help this football team, this offense, because this offense is really not built around receivers like him. It's built around receivers, the scat back, fast guys on the outside. That's what this offense is built around. So he's going to have to find his niche, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he's going to make plays in this offense. There's going to be some times when he's going to be able to get behind the secondary because the secondary is going to be worn out. Just because you're not fast doesn't mean you can't get behind the secondary and catch a deep pass. So I'm looking forward to kind of seeing how he's going to be used and how he's going to carve out a niche for himself in this offense. 865-255-03. I told y'all last week I got a brand new laptop. And so my whole laptop, people would call and it wasn't connected to the laptop. Well, this one is, because I set everything up like that at the beginning. And, of course, someone calls trying to sell some car warranty stuff. It came from a number in Pittsburgh. Maybe it was from Daytona or somebody that you know being a Steelers fan. But they're trying to still sell some car warranty stuff. So, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that too?
Nope.
You didn't hear the phone ringing? My phone was ringing a minute ago.
I did not hear that.
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah,
and I have eagle ears.
Yeah, somebody was calling, man.
As my grandmother would say. It was probably, if it's from Pittsburgh, it was probably Josh Dobbs calling to ask why you are always hating on the Steelers.
Who?
You.
Hating on the Steelers?
Stay hating on the Steelers.
Oh, God. I ain't going to entertain that silliness. I'll be hating on the Steelers, man. That does not happen. I instigate you and Brad, though. That's always fun, but I don't hate on the Steelers, man.
Brad paid up on his bet.
Y'all went to Dead End?
Yes. And also took care of me on the golf course. Paid for a round of golf for me. Brad's doing well. Brad's got a big month ahead of him. Baby boy expected any day now.
Yeah, happy for him, man.
Yeah, Brad's about to be a father.
Daddy Matthews. So finally paid up with the Dead End, man. I had Dead End a couple times this weekend.
I heard.
Yeah, man. Me and my youngest
had twice in one day.
Yeah, daddy-daughter day. So my kindergartner is on staggered start, so she stays with me until this upcoming Monday.
So it was an everyday kind of daddy-daughter day?
Yeah, well, she was all alone and complaining about being bored. So I was like, let's have a daddy-daughter day. Let's go Dead End. So she's like, oh, yeah, Dead End. So we went to Dead End on Friday, and then she couldn't keep her big old mouth closed and told the other sisters that she went to Dead End with Daddy. So then they were like, oh, I want Dead End too, Daddy. When it was dinner time. So dinner, I picked up Dead End for dinner. So yeah, it was a 2 Dead End day on Friday. And then both meals, you know what I got?
Wings.
Keeping the streak alive, baby. Wings. Every trip to Dead End Barbecue this year, all I've ordered is wings. Wings. That's it. That's my go-to.
I haven't had their wings in a while, but it's not because they're not good wings. It's just because I love the Bernie Mac and the Mac Attack so much. I can tell you who will also love Dead End's wings, and that is Dejon Terry, Tennessee's defensive tackle, transfer from Kansas. He was speaking with the media on Saturday following Tennessee's practice over the weekend, and he was asked about how he was taking to Knoxville, and he said, I love Knoxville. There's a bunch of great chicken places. I love wings. That's my favorite food. So the chicken wing market here in Knoxville is treating DeJoun Terry very well.
Yeah, man, I'm so glad we got him because I heard he had a really great scrimmage, did a really good job, caused some havoc. Rodney Garner talked to the media on what was that last week Saturday. I'm trying to think if it was Friday or Saturday,
Right
but
before DeJoun Terry did. And I tell you what, DeJoun Terry looks the part. If you go and look at some of his photos from Kansas, he's a little chunky. He is chiseled. Defensive tackles are not supposed to be chiseled like DeJoun Terry is. He looks good in a T-shirt. One of the guys that you want coming off the bus first.
We need more dudes like DeJoun Terry. Rodney Garner also talked about Elijah Simmons, and I feel like this is the kind of the same story with Elijah Simmons. And as much as DeJoun Terry likes chicken wings, and he applauded the choices here in Knoxville, it seems like Elijah Simmons is having too many chicken wings.
Yeah, Elijah.
That's what's keeping him off the football field. And what has kept him off the football field this whole entire time is being able to be in the best shape possible. And Rodney Garner, said it in a way that is not obvious, like, hey, man, you need to lose some weight, needs to get in shape. But that's how I read it. If you're here for a while and your physical shape is something that's mentioned as what's keeping you off the football field, it ain't because you ain't working hard in the weight room. It's because you are at a weight that's not the best weight for you. And that's all about discipline off the field. And it's tough because there's so many great places to grub in Knoxville. I know, trust me.
We all do.
And so he's
working hard, but he's still trying to get into shape. I mean, that's part of coming in at 350 pounds is even if you drop 20, which he has, you're still going to have to drop more just because you have such a long ways to go at that weight. Even Latrell Bumpus, I asked Latrell about Elijah and if they have to kind of keep an eye on him when they're away from the football facility, because I know you had a teammate that you all had to kind of keep an eye on away from the football facility because they lived a certain spot on the strip. So Latrell said that, Elijah likes to eat, and he said it while he was laughing, but said that he has been working hard. It's just continuing to get to where he needs to be.
And I don't know what weight they want him at. I mean, maybe
the weight that's going to allow him to not need a breather.
What number is that? It has to be a number.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be a number. Is it 320? Is it 325? Is it 315? It has to be a number. What number do they want him at? Or do they want him at a certain body fat percentage? Because, people may not care about the necessary number. It's more about your percentage of fat. So that's what I want to know.
But really insightful from Rodney Garner. We get a lot of questions all the time. Where's Elijah Simmons? Where is Omari Thomas? That is your answer with Elijah. He's still trying to get to where he needs from an in-shape standpoint. And in terms of Omari Thomas, former 4-star tackle out of Memphis, sophomore season now, Gardner said that he needs to play with lower pad level. That he's getting better, but because he is so tall for his position, that even when he thinks he is low, he needs to go lower.
I think about Chris Rock was on a song. I think it was a Lil Jon, get low, and Chris Rock said, "Get low, get lower than low. Find a rock and get lower than that. Get low." Like, you think you low, you watch the film and you see your pad leverage, and it's not where it needs to be. Maybe it's the lowest he can go because flexibility is an issue, maybe weight's an issue, but 10 pounds is a huge difference. And I remember having a conversation with Pat Washington. We'll take a break, and I'll share that conversation with you when we come back. Usually we end the show at this point, but listen, we had the power go out, Weather's been kicking our butt today, but we're gonna give you 3 hours. So we're gonna take a break, come back. We're gonna have a bonus segment here on the Swain Event. I'll be right back. Exclusively for men, making it quick and easy to take care of your health. And now they offer monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatment. Most insurance is accepted. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment and make your health a priority. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare. Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
More and more Tennessee businesses are switching to Iris Networks for reliable, local, high-quality, high-speed business fiber internet. Iris provides direct internet access from 10 megs to 10 gigs with no payments for 90 days. Iris also offers next-generation business phones with work-from-anywhere capability from the mobile or laptop app. With local sales, support, and service, Iris is a partner in the community. Learn more at irisnetworkusa.com or call 865-448-IRIS. Iris Networks, a Tennessee business connecting Tennessee businesses. It's a new season, which means it's time to rep your team in new ways with gear from Game Time Sidekicks. Rep the Vols with every sip with a new tie-dye tumbler or bottle. They also have a new NFL Players Association product line, so you can support your favorite VFL on Sundays. Want to put your own flair on a tumbler? Game Time Sidekicks has you covered with options to add your own text or even a monogram on the back of your favorite team tumbler. To check out everything that Game Time Sidekicks has to offer, go to GameTimeSidekicks.com. Carry your team with Game Time Sidekicks.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over. If you want to get in on the conversation, call the Iris Networks hotline at 865-200-5503. Grow your business with Iris Networks high-speed fiber internet. IrisNetworksUSA.com.
You're not going to get the best of us, Mother Nature. We're going to finish strong, Mother Nature. We are going to finish strong here on the show. I remember 04, 05-ish. I was like 215 in that range. And I remember having a conversation with Pat Washington at the time, who was a receiver coach. And he was like, and I didn't really know what weight I was supposed to be at. I just knew that it wasn't 215. So, like, I didn't know exactly what weight coming in I needed to be at. But playing at 215, I knew that it couldn't continue to be 215 or 218 or whatever. And this is right before Pat Washington was let go. He was like, man, think about those weight vests y'all put on. Like 10 pounds. You put on 10 pounds on a weight vest, you run with that thing, and then think about like the relief that you have when you take it off. Running with that extra weight, 10 pounds. And I remember like getting all the way down to like 200. There was a time in fall camp where I had got down to like 199, 200. And I had never felt so great in my life running routes, quick, fast. And I played my senior year right at 203, 205. And I just felt so much more different. And I wish like I would have known that a whole lot sooner in my career of exactly what weight I need to play at. And, when you get to the NFL level, or maybe even now, they do a better job of kind of telling you exactly where you need to be. But I remember like NFL level, it was more about your body fat percentage. Like this is the percentage we want you at. Because we know that you can carry that weight well. Because some guys may have a low body fat percentage but still be 238 pounds like a freaking DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
So it was all about the body fat percentage as we're talking about Elijah Simmons. That's kind of what's been keeping him off the football field. And you hate that because we like looked at him as someone that can play early because
his strength.
I mean, goodness gracious, the boy is cock strong.
Yes. Also known as strong as an ox, and probably the strongest person on the football team. But Rodney Garner's point was, and Turkey Man mentioned this on the text box, there's no more Mount Codys in college football.
Nope.
The days of Terrence Cody being that 350 nose tackle that eats up space are over. They still want you to eat up space, obviously. Take up blockers so you can allow Juwan Mitchell, Jeremy Banks to fly in and make a play. But with as agile as offenses are now and playing in space is so important, you can't be Mount Cody. Mount Cody doesn't work anymore. And Elijah Simmons is practically Mount Cody in terms of weight, and you can't be that and be successful at this level. You got to be able to move, especially laterally, and that is something that he is working on. Elijah is and getting his weight down. So he is working hard. Don't take that from this conversation, but it's still just getting to that next level of where he needs to be. But as I said, the end of last segment, we always get questions about where's Elijah Simmons, where's Amari Thomas. That's your answer. Elijah's still trying to cut weight, get in better shape, and Amari Thomas, just for a tall guy playing defensive tackle, has to continue to improve his pad level. When, as Rodney Garner said, when you think you're low, get even lower.
He's 6'4". Get on down there. Maybe
that is a big old defensive tackle.
Maybe it has something to do with some things that you can continue to work on. The summer is the best time to either cut weight or gain weight, it's really hard to do it in season. So, do we see Elijah Simmons at all this season? Do we see him sparingly, or do we really see him have a role to where he works himself into shape to where he's playing a whole possession or so? You usually see guys lose weight in the off season because you can do your workouts, you can really, really cut those carbs and sugars and things like that. It's really hard to do that during the season because you need all those things. You need those carbs to have the energy to play on Saturdays. You got to load up on the pasta. You got to load up on those things, the potatoes, so you can have the energy on Saturday. So
he's got some work to do if he's going to contribute this season. I think he'll play. I don't know how often he'll play, especially with the addition of DeJoun Terry. I think the addition of DeJoun Terry is going to prove to be a big addition, one of the biggest additions on the team. Everybody points to Joe Milton. Everybody points to Jawan Mitchell. I think DeJoun Terry could have just as big of an impact as a Jawan Mitchell. Stats won't show it, but in terms of fulfilling his responsibilities, I think he is going to be a massive pickup for Tennessee. I think he's going to play a ton. I think Matt Butler, and Caleb Tremblay are probably your first three defensive linemen on the field, and obviously that's all depends on formations like we talked about earlier with the receivers. I think Byron Young and Tyler Barron are going to be on the edge more often than not, and then who fills in between those guys? Tyler Barron's practically a defensive lineman, just lined up as an outside backer at the Leo position. And then you'll have Matt Butler on the other side of Barron, along with Byron Young, and then who fills in that other spot or the two other spots depending on the formation. I think DeJoun Terry is definitely going to be one of them. I think Latrell Bumpus, who's coming back from a torn ACL, I think he'll be in the mix along with Caleb Tremblay. Aubrey Solomon's cut 20 pounds. He looks better. He's in better shape. Maybe this is the year that he finally taps into his potential.
It's mental.
It is mental with him.
All mental.
So hopefully he can tap into that. I did think it was cool. We got to talk to Latrell Bumpus on Saturday. And we had Latrell's brother call in Thursday of last week, I want to say.
Yeah, I think it was
last
Thursday.
week. So I thought that was cool.
You tell Latrell to tell his brother how's he doing? How's he doing? So he don't have to call us to ask us.
I did it.
He should be telling his brother.
I know. I was.
I appreciate the call, but man,
yeah.
your brother want to know how you doing, man.
Yeah, you're supposed to tell us Latrell's brother when you call in. Tell us how Latrell is feeling and how they're feeling about the new coaching staff. But I was too worried about trying to ask Latrell if they have to stay on Elijah Simmons about not eating out when they're away from the football facility.
Man, it takes a partner, a workout partner. I remember when Meacham and I, was on our quest to lose 20 pounds, and it takes someone to say, "Hey, man, where you going? Where you going? Where you going late at night? I know you ain't going to the strip getting nothing to eat." Nah, man, can't do it. Nah, drink some water, go to bed. Like, it takes someone holding you accountable because it's tough, man. Like, it's tough. It's tough. You get a little bit hungry. You're not sleepy. Get a little snack, and that's what catches up with you. So he needs an accountability partner who is kind of in the same boat as him. Would have been cool if it was Aubrey Solomon. Aubrey lost 20 pounds. I mean, did he work with Elijah Simmons, help him out a little bit? Did they hold each other accountable? It's not really about working hard that's in question, because you're gonna work hard. You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice but to work hard when you are a college athlete. You have no choice, or you'll get ran off, which is proof that being successful is not solely about working hard either. It's about being disciplined. The discipline is actually more important in this case than the hard work, because you don't become the strongest person in the room if you don't work hard. So we know he works hard. He just has to exhibit some discipline when he's away from the complex. And it would help if he had someone that was kind of in the same position that he was in, hold them accountable so they can do that for each other. That's what Meacham and I did, and it was very, very beneficial. All right. What's the weather for tomorrow, Ben?
It's supposed to be rainy all week, I believe.
We got 90% chance of rain and thunderstorms on Tuesday, 50% rain on Wednesday, 40%, 40%, all the way to Saturday. As long as there's no thunderstorms and the power is good, we are good. First time that's happened in 4 years here in the studio, but hopefully it doesn't happen again. We apologize for the inconvenience. We'll have hour number 3 up wherever you like to listen to podcasts. Swain Event hour 3 will be up momentarily. We hope you have a great day. Tomorrow, 7 a.m., we'll be back. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. For Ben McKee, I'm Jason Swain, live here from the Low T Center Studio. Peace and love. We are out.